15A G20 model is seen in front of the ITC Maurya hotel ahead of the G20 Summit to be held in New Delhi, India, on September 8, 2023. Amit Dave acquires licensing rights. Summary: India shows G20 close to closing gap on Ukraine in the absence of Xi and Putin. G20 summit will be dominated by the West. New Delhi decked out business district closed for meeting. G20 sherpas said to be divided over cooperation on climate change. New Delhi, September 8. G20 leaders have almost finalized declaration for their weekend summit. Host India said on Friday, saying negotiators had made progress in resolving differences within the group over war in Ukraine. The streets, usually bustling capital New Delhi, were deserted ahead of summit. Businesses, offices and schools were closed as part security measures to ensure meeting most powerful country will host proceeds smoothly. Slums, monkeys and stray dogs were removed from the streets. India's G20 Sherpa or negotiator, Amitabh Kant, said leaders' declaration, the summit's concluding statement, will be a voice of global South and developing countries. The New Delhi leaders' declaration is almost ready. I don't want to dwell on it, Kant said at a press conference. This declaration will be recommended to leaders. Negotiators in the group of 20 economies have been struggling for days to agree on the documents. Language because of war-related differences. They hope Moscow and Beijing will come together to draft a declaration that would also address pressing global issues such as debt, climate change. While Chinese President Xi Jinping skipped the meeting and sent Premier Li Qiang instead. Russia's Vladimir Putin will not be at the meeting. China said on Friday it was willing to work with all parties and press for a positive outcome from the summit. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Mao Ning made the statement after a media report said Sunak accused China of delaying the deal on various issues, including Ukraine. Sunak will call on Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi call on Russia to invade and use his influence help end the war. The Financial Times reported on Thursday. We show India the hardline stance on the war has prevented ministerial meetings held so far during India's G20 presidency this year from agreeing on even a single declaration, leaving leaders to find a way out, if possible. The Modi government envisions India's group presidency and summit as a showcase of the country's fast-growing economy and rising position in geopolitical pecking order. New Delhi has been decked out for the meeting, with thousands of armed security personnel on guard, as well as a brand new summit venue, fountains, flower pots and lighting on main streets. More than 100 Tibetan refugees staged a protest away from city center on Friday, demanding that the occupation of their country by China be discussed during summit. U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, who was in New Delhi ahead of Biden's arrival on Friday, said a